Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of FX Arc Desk. This is Sal. Let's see. Well, I'm just cleaning up the model with some water and some dish soap with a toothbrush, and I have it over a plastic painting tray. It's very flexible, so it's not too rough on the model, but some parts on the legs have the soft CX5, and there's a little raised bumps texture on this painting tray. It creates little divots into the soft CX5, so it's not as good as not so gentle on the CX5. So I might need to do something else with that. So I'm kind of cleaning and doing some wet sanding at the same time. If you used CX5 before and you're gonna do a lot of handling with it, it's gonna be in your hands for long periods of time. So and your hands, it's gonna get dirty. Like grime, sweat from your hands are gonna transfer right onto that wax. So, but what I wanted to talk about in this episode is something personal. Not too personal, but I don't know how I should put this, but I was planning on moving to LA to further my art career. But things didn't work out the way that I planned it. So the bad news is that I can't go to LA, and I don't know if I ever will. The plan was, I have a friend who lives in LA, and we were gonna we've been collaborating long distance on some projects, and we figured that, if I was able to go over there, then we would be able to work more effectively together. But things changed, and things got too complicated. If I were to go over there, I would have to get a job over there to supplement working, doing trying to start this venture. I can't put any blame on anybody. It's just things didn't work out, Hopefully, in the future, we can work things out, but I don't know I've always wanted to. I've always had this idea that working with others was the way to go. I mean, this could be a really lonely, a lonely art. I guess you can do everything on your own, but it would be difficult. But there's certain things about working with others that that could prevent you from progressing. Like, everybody gets excited about a project, and you have all these ideas, and you want it to be, you could want it to be the best thing out there. So what do? You come up with all these ideas about making it better, making it stand out, making it pop, making your idea, your design, whatever you're creating, unique. And that's a good thing. But the bad thing about that is, like, you can be too overly ambitious. And what that does is that translates to a ton of work. And then you're trying to meet those, you're trying to live up to those expectations, and then the project will never get done. And people can't afford to work on a project forever. Like this project is taking a little bit too long than I wanted it to, but that's pretty much how it goes with most of the projects that I start. So that's, that's like something that you could expect with working with others, is when you have somebody else who is dead set on throwing in all these ideas, and it hinders the completion of the project. And there's also bad things about working all by yourself. To the idea of working with others, one of the main things of working with others is that you can set up an assembly line. One person does sanding, the other person does the initial sculpt, and then, like, if you have a batch of models that need to be sanded, you can split up the work and do double your time. That's like working together, getting the job done faster is the main things of working with other people. And then like coming up with ideas that make the project easier, solving problems, coming up with solutions, preventing problems, but working by yourself, being alone, that's another thing about working by yourself, is that you're alone. I think one of the biggest problems about being an artist and trying to work with other artists is the ego. Because I noticed that about artists, that their ego prevents them from being able to work effectively with others. I had problems with that. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but there are times where I have a big problem with taking criticism. I'm sure I'm not the only one that's like that. Especially when criticism is unsolicited. Or unasked for. Sometimes, like, I know that there's some problems with it, and I'm not done with the project, and I didn't ask for anybody's opinion. But you have to accept that. You have to listen to criticism and be able to take it. If you don't, I try to think of criticism as just another tool. You stare at a project for long periods of time and you start to accept its flaws. I don't know if that's what is going on visually, what's going on in the brain when you're looking at your project and you don't, I don't know what it's called. But it's lonely. It's lonely to work by yourself. And like working with others, the ideal situation is that you're working with your best friend. You want to work with your buddy. And you can, like, when you're working all day on a project and then you want to take a break, you can take a break and play video games with each other, or order a pizza, watch some TV, work on your project together while watching TV together and just talking while you're working. It makes an awesome working environment, and it's a great feeling to be working with your best friend, And if you're working with somebody that you don't know, and then you happen to click because you're both interested in the same thing, you're both artists, that's the idea. You both love creating. It should mean a perfect match. But sometimes the ego doesn't let you do that, or let some people do that. So I wasn't able to go. It was because if I went over there, there was a job that I could have interviewed for, a regular 9-to-5 job, and I'm not going to say what company it was for, but it wasn't an artist's job. It was just a regular job, and the biggest issue, the main thing that was preventing me from going was housing. Where was I going to stay? And there was a place for me to stay, and it was a good situation, the ideal situation, but that fell through for some reason. Well, I know what the reason was, but I'm not going to say what it was, but which ended up me looking for spare bedrooms to rent at a stranger's house, because renting an apartment is out of the question. It's too expensive to rent apartments in LA. There's no way I wouldn't be able to afford it. That would have been my entire check, and I need extra income to afford tools, materials, and so I wouldn't be stressing on worrying about what I could afford, what I needed. And there's things that I need, and I can't afford to be stressing out. So if it was easier, if it didn't get too complicated, I would have been able to go. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to. And so I don't know where I'm at in this venture anymore, because it's also caused problems with my friendship. And I'm assuming so. I'm assuming that there's something. Well, at least the venture is in jeopardy, I think, which is unfortunate. But enough of that. I wanted to talk about monetization. If you're watching my video and you know, and if you're a content creator on YouTube, if you're not getting a lot of views, then, and if you're starting out, then all the ads have been taken away from your videos, and that's what happened to my videos. I've heard about it. I didn't quite understand. I didn't look into it until I clicked on my creator studio, and then I looked at my videos, and I noticed that the monetization icon was gone. I don't have 10,000 views. When I initially started my channel, before I started this FX art desk, I was interested. It was interesting to know that if you were a content creator, you can make money. And I never expected to make a lot of money. I didn't go in thinking that I was gonna be, that my channel, if I created one, was gonna be like so popular that I was gonna be able to live off of it. It was more of an incentive for me. How do I feel about it? It sucks. I'm not happy about it. I don't think it's right. You sign up, you agree to something, you make an agreement with a company that you work for, or and then they just change things. I mean, I didn't read the fine print. I mean, probably in their policies, the agreement, it probably said something that things might change without any. I mean, they do explain why they do things, but they don't stick to agreements. And maybe, I guess they don't have to. But I can't complain. I don't look into all the legalities of things. I'm not a lawyer. I don't, it's all this red tape is garbage. I don't like reading all this red tape. That's not, and I'm sure majority of the people that sign up for YouTube feel the same way, unless you like reading red tape and trying to make sense of it. So I had no choice. So I decided to sign up for Patreon. I don't like asking for money. It's not in my nature. It's not asking for money. I can't really speak for anybody else. Like, I have my own opinions about asking for money for donations. To me, I mean, my first impressions of asking for donations is it's kind of like, if you're ever walking down the street and then you're approached by homeless people and they're asking for money, and you there's that feeling that I get, and I think the majority of you understand what that feeling is it's just like, I just can't be bothered with this. People who ask for money, it's uncomfortable. My automatic assumptions is, when people ask me for money on the streets and I give them my money, what do they do with my money? Are they going to go to the liquor store, buy some booze with it? Are they going to use it to buy drugs with it? I mean, I would want them to go to somewhere so they can get something to eat. but you never know what they're going to do with it. So I have that same feeling about asking for money from my viewers, from people that happen to come across my channel. But I can't, I've been told before, if you're going to be a content creator on YouTube, they would say, don't do it for money. If you're just make videos, upload videos because you love doing it. You can't go in expecting to make money. And I understand that, but I just can't help thinking, whenever I go click on my creator studio and see more views, I get this feeling. And when I see more money added to, I only have $7. I don't have that. I don't have that much. If I see like a fraction of a cent increase on my account, it's barely enough to give me the motivation to continue uploading videos. It shows appreciation from my viewers. It shows appreciation for the all the work that I put in, sculpting, doing my artwork, recording and uploading. But when I saw my ads being taken away, that incentive went away too. Most of it. I still want to make videos. I still want to. The need to create, to make, to work on my models is still there. It hasn't gone away. I've done a lot of practice. I've done my artwork. Most of my life not getting paid for it. But I still want to do it. It's hard enough to want to do it. It's still hard enough to be an artist. I don't know if I can compare it to anything else. I've never done anything else. Being an artist is hard. It's hard. I'm sure that there's other things out there that are hard to do. But I think that people think that being an artist, I don't know if this is right to say this, but sometimes I feel that people don't appreciate art and artists' work enough, because I don't think that most people think that they deserve to be paid, because it seems like they think, oh, we're just playing with clay, we're just drawing, we're just doing what we do when we did arts and crafts in preschool. Since you love doing it, that should be payment enough. I don't know if you're an artist and looking at this video and understand how that feels or ever experienced that before, but I've experienced it a lot. And it's hard enough doing this for so many years, not getting paid, and then, but also you work your butt off. So at least, I mean, it would help me out a lot to continue doing this. I want to do this. I want to keep on doing. I want to keep on trying. If you come across this video and then decide to donate, I would appreciate it very much. So a lot of there are other content creators, other artists who are obviously better than I am, more experienced. They got a lot of they've covered a lot of ground with. They're prolific. They've done a lot of work, made a lot of videos. Their production value is high, so they got better quality videos. So some of them have more views than I do. And maybe they don't have to worry about getting ad revenue. But I do. I mean, I would still like to have my ads. Like I said before, it was an incentive. It made me feel good about myself. It made me feel like what I'm doing is valued a little bit more. So I'm just like me and a lot of other YouTubers are little. We don't have that many views. We don't have that many subscribers. I think I've heard that the reason why you have to get so many lifetime views, 10,000 views, to get ads on your videos. You have to. It's to prevent people putting up stealing videos. I think that's what it was, what their excuse was. Stealing videos and then uploading them and making money from those. I think that's what it was. You can correct me on this in the comment section. I'm not exactly sure, but I think that it makes it sound like they're trying to help out other YouTubers from getting their content stolen. I think that it's all about the money. That if you're not making enough views, then you don't deserve ads on your videos to earn ad revenue, which is fine, which is a good reason, I guess. If you're not getting enough views, you're not making enough money for the advertisers. If that sounds like a more accurate reason. If that's the case, then why not just tell everybody that's what the real reason is? So, before I started recording my narration for this video, I pasted my Patreon link into all 71 of my videos. Click on it. I haven't completed, I don't know if I've completed everything to set it up. I think I have to put goals on it or something. I don't know. It seems like something that I have to study and try to figure out, which is something I don't feel like doing. I mean, I got enough work to do trying to finish this model, and I got other projects that I want to work on, but I have to stop everything and then look at tutorials and learn how to work this Patreon thing or whatever, so that, so that I can make this work. So, anyway, it looks like I'm coming close to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like it. If not, then that's fine, but leave a comment. I'm always happy to hear comments or read comments, and then I'll reply as soon as I can. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.